Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and my Ficus Benjamina, a variegated version of a Ficus Benjamina right here in front of me. The goal for today is to give it a little bit of a haircut, so to prune it back. The reason why I want to prune it back today is because it simply keeps growing even though cold season definitely has already started. Of course, with indoor bonsai that is often the case that even throughout cold season you will see a lot of growth on them. And of course I want to just put it a little bit more in shape. The overall goal for this tree, maybe to start with that really quickly, is to actually fuse together the trunk down here. You can see the wire I've applied here to fuse it together over the next couple of years. And of course, to really start seeing these ones fused together, we need to let this tree grow in the long term. But short term, I do also want to simply give it already some of the branch structure and the direction that I think it should take in the future, because right now it is not fully there yet. And I want to give you a quick overview why I do think it's not fully there yet. And if we look at it from different sides and different angles, you will definitely see it is a lot of growth here in the front and a lot of growth here in the back. On the side, it is nice and compact as I actually want to have it, but it is simply a bit unruly, especially some long shoots here that are simply not really desirable, I would say, and not really in the shape and form that I would like to have on this tree. We have some downwards growth here, for example, that we will take care of, and a lot of shoots simply shooting up straight here. And I simply do already want to work a little bit on the ramification here. So that is what we're going to do today. And without further ado, I would say let's start with making our way around this tree. So we really want to go all around this tree and take out all the growth that we think we won't need at the moment. And as I said, I would start here with this downwards growth. It is not the healthiest growth I would see. It is quite a small branch. So we might even take the whole branch out, or at least motivate it to grow a little bit upwards again by leaving one leaf on here and hope that we get more growth in the direction of that leaf, which is an upwards growing leaf here. And then we really start. I would always go from one side to the other because I think that is the easiest way. Normally I go from pad to pad, but because of course this is going to be a broom style bonsai, we just focus on the entire foliage mass in here. And if we look up here, I can see this very, very long shoot here, and we don't see any ramifications, so no branching out going on here all the way until back here, where is the first branch. So I would probably leave one leaf on this branch, and then we see here we might also take it back to this one leaf here because there was some unhealthy growth here anyway. That already opens up a lot of space up here, definitely, and we continue working around our way. Here it already starts to get more compact again. We have some older leaves in here. Some of them will probably fall off still because they didn't get a lot of sunlight, of course, since we fused or tried to fuse these trees together. There is a lot of foliage in the middle between here because it used to be 3 separate trees, but by opening up a little bit, probably we will also get some of this foliage from actually still growing and not dying back. Let's continue here. What I do see with this variegated variety, even though I do like the variegation on it, the leaf nodes are very far apart. So you can see there's always quite probably like roughly a finger wide in between those leaf nodes, which not the best for, of course, creating a dense looking, old looking bonsai. But I think with pruning sessions like this, we will keep ahead of that problem and hopefully encourage the tree to more narrowly create those leaf pads like we can see on some of the older parts of this tree. Also up here, I would go quite radical back to one leaf pair, and where it is branching out here, that is fine. Then we make our way to the side here. We have also some long shoots here. I can see branching out happening here, so I would also again bring it back to one leaf pair on the main branch. So both of those branches should be fine. And up here, I think we can do the same and take it back here. So I think this side is already quite nice. At the top, I would probably look in the end still if there's something to do. But I think a good way we're going through it right now is always looking for some ramification already happening or some branching out happening. For example, here, there is 2 leaves on this side, 1 leaf on this side. So we leave definitely this 1 leaf. Always leave some millimeters after the leaf so it has room for dieback, and of course can branch out then nicely here again and bud back. Because Ficus Benjamina is not the best ficus variety when it comes to budding back, so definitely never fully defoliate, for example, because with Benjamina the chance of it not coming back is actually quite high. So this is a more interesting branch because we do see a lot of ramifications starting here actually. So the question is, how far do we take it back? Do we take it back to this part where it ramifies, or this part, or even maybe this part? I think I would keep on as much as possible and simply let this grow a little bit still and then decide later on. If it is too high up, we might cut it back later, but I will focus on the rest first and then see how far we actually will take it back. Here we have a very low hanging branch, actually two branches I can see here. So this from two different trees, but the branches are basically, let me see if I can show you that, they're basically parallel in here, so we will have to remove one, and I will choose the one from this tree to remove because it is the smaller one and the less healthy looking one. And here I will also shorten this one. This one branch here is very leggy, so I take this out. And also here, cut it back to one leaf. Because in the future we might even take this out completely. Good. And we have this branch here, which is also very, very long, starting to branch out. But here again, I see the same problem as the other one. So I think they were from the same tree, where we have this very, very long spaces in between the nodes. Or I think there has actually been a node here, but the leaf died back. But here it is very, very long. Not really happy with the way that looks, so I would actually take this back all the way to the beginning and simply cut out this not too healthy looking growth here. You can even see it on some of the leaves that they have some discoloring going on here, so it wasn't the healthiest branch. So why not take it out completely when we prune it back anyway? Also here I can see that I want to take out the main one here because it has also grown so long without any foliage on it. And we're starting to take shape again. It definitely reduced the height of the tree and also the width of the tree quite considerably already. I can see this is still hanging out, standing out a bit. And this is the one we kept on before, so I might even take it back to another branch here, just to shorten it and fit better in with the rest of the tree. Here, yeah, it doesn't also seem to be the strongest growth, so I just cut this back, give it a head start again. Also here we can simply stunt the growth a little bit here in the top, and that leaves us with, let me see where to best show you that, with this branch here, which I would also just slightly take back to a previous point where it already ramified beforehand. So let's take a look around this tree. I can see this one is still standing out a little bit, and we have some dieback also here, so why not shorten this as well? Just tidying up the rest of the tree a little bit. We have a lot of foliage down here, very close to the trunk. For now I think I will keep it on, because this could really be something that helps us strengthen the trunk down here in the future, and of course also helps us then with fusing those trees together. And other than that, I don't think I see any really standout problem on this tree. Here we can simply prune the tip a little bit still. But other than that, I think pruning-wise I'm quite happy with it. As I said, this was now simply a pruning done to really make it a bit more compact again, also to give me an initial look at the branch structure. When I fused them together, really that's all I did. I fused them together, I bound them together here and repotted them. I didn't really at all look at the structure of the foliage in here. So it is good to get a first impression of what in the future we'll be able to work with. There is a lot of branching. We will of course thin this out also in the future still a little bit. For example, here I can see the growth is not really the healthiest one. We can already start thinning out here a little bit by taking that out. Also here you can see that is actually a dead branch coming off of here, so you can also take this out. But this will definitely help us in the long run, simply to focus also while we let this grow wild and free, to still focus on the overall design we have in mind for this tree. And as I said, we'll go for broom style design, and I think we're setting up this tree quite nicely for this road. As I said, next focus point will definitely be the fusion going on around here, fusing those together. And for that, we will let it grow now wild and free. I would still expect a lot of growth here now in cold season, because I have seen it on this tree and it seems to have a lot of energy and vigor inside of it. So definitely keep you updated on this. But I think the next time we work on it, it's rather probably adjusting the wire a little bit here, checking on if it cuts too much, if we see the first signs of fusion in half a year, maybe also a year after growth season. And yeah, only if I see it goes really wild and there's only certain shoots that get thicker that don't really affect the lower part of the tree that we would need to take out, then we take them out. But otherwise, as I said, let this grow wild and free now. And I'm sure we took out enough foliage. Just to give you a view, we basically took out half of the tree here today when it comes to the foliage. So a good haircut before it really goes into the cold season and maybe gets a bit more dormant, but I can already see here, for example, a lot of new leaves still coming. So I think this tree will simply continue to grow, which of course is nice anyway, when you have a tree that continues also in a season where normally you don't have that much to work on or that much to look forward to when it comes to growth. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this channel, of course, feel free to subscribe to it or leave a like to this video, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.